Level 1 gives us a stacker in the second floor. We'll just go through it and experiment and learn what everything here means. The stacker in the second floor. Oh, YouTube, excuse me. You are rewarded with the stacker in the second floor, allowing you to stack shapes and build multi-floor factories. Let's see what you can do with them. So now, this is cool because this opens up tasks. Okay, you have milestones and tasks. The tasks are additional shape delivery requirements in order to earn research points. Research points allow you to buy upgrades. So if you click the pin here, it pins it to the left side of your screen so that you can see what it is that you have to deliver next. See here, the pin task over there? Very neat. So, you should work on milestones first. So let's work on milestones. Let us be more efficient in opening up our circles. Initially, we didn't do that. Oh, a little aside, if you have a red mark on your building or your structure, that means that it can't be placed there, or you're placing it on top of an existing structure. Now, if need be, you can hold shift to place it anyway. Right? Hold shift, press and left click, it'll place it anyway. So we're going to press 1 for conveyor belt, and we're going to start dragging it, and anchor, anchor, bam. Click, drag, anchor, anchor, bam. Click, drag, anchor, anchor, bam. All right, so we can use that there. And we have to make this shape here. This shape, it is, here, let's separate that in layers. So shapes are layered. Your bottom layer is your first layer, and going upwards is your second, third, and fourth layer. This is a fairly simple layering requirement here. We're asked to place a circle on top of a square. Let's do it. So we need to join our circles and squares. Well, first off, we can get rid of these here and replace them with conveyor belts. So what I like to do in shapes is I like to, if I'm a little intimidated by a shape, what I like to do is create a shape once and refine the system in creating that shape. So we need squares. Here are squares. We can take our conveyor belt and split it off, so we can get squares going over here. So let's cap that off right there, so we can have a dedicated line of squares. And we'll take our squares and come up here to meet our circles. Yay! We need circles, so we'll come over here and bring our circles over here to the squares. So we need to use our stacker in order to stack our circles on top of squares. The stackers are slow, so always place multiples of them. Okay, let's do that. Let's get rid of that real quick. We're gonna place a few stackers. Let's do 6. So remember, click, drag, that's 2, 4, 6. Awesome. We're going to take our conveyor belt. That's great. Take our conveyor belt and remember that our bottom layer is the square. Okay. So we're going to take our square, or squares, and line them up with our stackers. So, oh, something else. Okay, and a nice little control tutorial here is if you hold the mouse wheel, you hold that in, you press that down and hold it and drag it, you can change the angle at which you can view the play area. Very cool. This is as deep as it goes. I think that's like 45 degrees, don't quote me on that. Or it can be directly on top. So for the sake of understanding here, we'll zoom in. So now we can see that our squares are on the bottom level of these stackers, ready to proceed. Okay. Very cool. Our circles here, we need to have our circles on top here. So we're going to select our conveyor belt. We're going to click, hold, and press E to go up a level. Shapes has a maximum of 3 levels to work with. You can tell which level that you're on by looking at the floor. So if you notice here, there are a 00 and a singular filled in circle out of 3. If you press E, you go to the second level, which tells you right here you are on level 01 with 2 dots. A bit confusing if you're not a programmer. This is, I don't want to say coded, but this is in reference to machine language and how computers process data. Without getting all technically and nerdy, the numbering system here starts with 0, not 1. So 0, then 1. 0, then 1. They try to make it a little understandable by having these dots here. This is the first floor. That's the second floor, although it says 01. I'll let that marinate for a hot second. We're going to go to our second floor, and we are going to take our conveyor belt and connect our circles to the stackers. I'm going to press Q to go to this first floor. So now you can see here that these are going to produce the shape that we need, and you can see that it's the right shape with the green check mark. And if you look closely, it says valid in the upper left corner. I think that's really awesome. So now these are producing what we need. We can take this and we can feed the vortex. Look at that. When you're feeding the vortex, you can see again that it's the valid, correct shape that you made, and you're good to go. So this needs 240 of these, so we can go and do something else. So this is telling us that research points are rewarded for completing side tasks. Open the task overview. So here we can see that what I explained before about the tasks and whatnot. If you look at every row, okay, it tells you what it is. So this is row 1, the cutting step by step, and you can see that it's wanting a double circle. Yep. The next one is going to be a double half circle. So you can see what you have coming up in the order of completion. This shape right here looks challenging, but if we take it step by step, it'll be no problem at all. So this is processing. This is cool, and let's tap this right here so that we don't get confused. We need a singular square. So what we can do is what we did before. We can cut and rotate and cut again. That'll give us our singular square. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. So now that's going to process. We need 240 of those. No problem. Now, you know what? I would be remiss if I didn't try to instill good practices initially. So what you really want to aim for is, once you understand how to do something, you want to make it more efficient. Okay? So every normal belt here processes better with 3 three processes per belt. Let's just keep it like that, okay? So let's start that there. Let's give that some room to work. Let's give this some room to work as well. Okay. So now what we're going to do is what we did earlier. Cut, cut, cut. Twist, twist, twist. Cut, cut, cut. Same thing. Cut, cut, cut. Cut, cut, cut. Let's do it again. Cut, cut, cut. Cut, cut, cut. Now we'll just throw our rotators in the middle of there. Then we can do our conveyor belt there. Conveyor belt there. Don't you? Oh, did I do them backwards? I did them backwards. You can tell that I did them backwards. Let's delete that. By the direction of the arrows on the conveyor belt. No good. Let's pay attention. So you can tell which direction and flow that you're going to have your devices in by looking at the arrows. The yellow arrow is in, the green arrow is out. So pressing R to rotate. Let's fix that. Press 2 for rotator. 1 for conveyor belt. Now, production. That should be a little more efficient than what we had initially. A shape goal has been completed. Has it now? Yes, from our milestone. Very cool. So, let us come back here. And it wants a half circle square. So let's just give them a half circle square. Easy peasy. Let's make our double circle. And let us use what we had going on up here. So let's take all of this, delete it, and let's take this here, move it over this way. And we're going to have, pardon me, YouTube. We're going to have some stacker time. We're going to have 1, 2, 2, 4, and let's go up a little bit. 6. Let's take our conveyor belt and load up our stackers. Then we're going to take our circles here, go up a level, and load them in this direction. Double circle. And we take these. We got the confirmation it's the right shape. Load them into our vortex. How's that, YouTube? How is that for you? So we can start working, well, we are working here on our double circle. That's going well. Square, we can do a double square. So let's go up here. Let's grab these squares. Even though we just got a notification that shape goal has been completed. I'm gonna grab these because we're going to need to grab these eventually. And bring them down here. So we need a double square. We need 160 of those. So let's do 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Awesome. Let's make it even. How's that for you? Alright, so let's take our squares here, load them this way. Squares here, load them this way. Take our squares here, second floor, and load them this way. Same thing with the right side over here. Now you may be asking yourself, why do I do that? Why do I separate it like that? Well, here's my train of thought. If you press V, you can see the first floor. It hides the addition to the second and the third floor. So here's my train of thought, okay? If you load from right to left up here, okay? If you do the same thing on the second floor, then this first stacker, this center stacker, will always deliver first. And you may neglect your last stacker in this row, okay, in this section. But if you alternate, then you have a chance of having a better distributed load. It makes sense to me, so. I just do that for aesthetics. It really doesn't help the workflow. It's kind of whatever. But we are loading our double square. Double squares, yay. So now we finished with our singular squares here, single sections. So now it wants a double single section. I can do this a myriad of ways, YouTube. So what I will do is I will do this. Let's stack 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and let us divide the responsibilities. Now this may be a little inefficient, but we're just going to do this for the sake of the video. It's going to be a heavy load on this loader, but like I said, we're just going to chill. And by the time we're done, we shall have our singular section. Let's watch the process. Cut. We'll stack, cut, rotate, cut. Bam. Successful delivery. Well, successful construction and potentially successful delivery. So we'll let those work out. And we have these two completed, which is awesome. Eventually we're going to have to do a pyramid and then this more of a complex shape there. So what are we doing up here? We need... Oh, okay, so we can address this here, our circles. So we completed our circles. We are going to get 1 research point once we unlock it. Bam, 1 research point. That's good shit. So now we need a half double circle. Let's get it. We're going to do the same trick or technique, however you want to consider it. And again, easy peasy mac and cheesy. Double circle, cut, double half circle. And we're going to complete our delivery there. Now here we need, we're going to complete this turn in, get 1 research point, unlock that. Now we need a double half square. It's mirroring our double half circle. So where's our double half square? Where is our double half square? Oh, it's up here. It's up here. So then we're going to do what we've been doing and mess up. That was the wrong thing to do right there. So we're just going to place a nice legion of cutters there. And deliver. We need, how many of those? We need 320, so we can leave those as they are. Are we getting, no, we're not getting that. Okay, so we need to do another cut. Actually, a rotating cut so that we can get this shape. So let us do a rotate. Rotate. and the cut, and the deliver. Efficiency, we shall show you proper efficiency. We need 720 of those, so we'll leave that for a nice little bit. Now, what I could do is that I could come here and start manipulating for our pyramid, because we have a nice ways to go for these. Now, here's the thought in this. If I do interfere with this, then I will siphon some of the flow of squares from here. Do I want to do that? No, I don't think that I do. Because what we have right now is a nice little something. And you know what I will do is I will siphon from here. Oh, nope. Help out there just a little bit. Very good. Very pleased with that. That's not bad. Now, technically, I could siphon from here because there's a nice little flow going on, but I know as soon as I do, it will reduce the output, so I'll just leave that alone. Don't get greedy, YouTube. Don't get greedy. This game is... You can, later on, you can be very, very fast. You can zip around and do a bunch of things very quickly, but in the beginning, just take your time. This is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And I believe this game is worth it. I've gotten so many nice game sessions out of Shapez2 that I really can't fully express how pleased I am with this game. Oh, let's check the upgrades. It's flashing and it's kind of a pain in the neck. So I'm going to wait, but just to show you, there are 2 research points here. And to level up our belt speed, our cutting speed, and our stacking speed, they all take 2. So I'm waiting until I get 6 or more points in order to get them all at once. Sorry for that edit. Amazon paid me a visit. Nothing for the channel, just stuff. Okay, so we're done with this shape here. Unlock there. And now we have this sort of complex looking shape. How in the hell are we going to make this? We'll figure it out. It still wants me to upgrade. I'm not going to upgrade yet. Not just yet. Okie dokie artichoke. So now what I will do... is I'll take a closer look at what it is I'm being asked to deliver. So it basically wants a circle on top of, rather next to these shapes here. So let's stop that there. Let's stop it all. And we're going to want to stack. I'm going to stack here and take it on down the line. So now here, what I will do here is I will adjust. Oh, didn't want to do that. I'll take these circles and I will do this. I'll take these circles and I will do this. We'll take these circles and I will do this. I'm going to need to do some manipulating. This is going to need to be cut and rotated twice. Now that's gonna suck kinda because the output's gonna be kinda slow. Kinda slow is an understatement. Severe understatement. I could grab circles from here. How many do I need? I need 320. I think I will grab circles from the other side because that's going to be kind of suck. So let's grab some circles from over here. All right. Let's separate. Let's separate up here. Do our cutting up here. I'm being really loose with this because I'm just gonna destroy this in a minute. Cut. Cut, cut, cut. Cut, cut, cut. Cut, cut, cut. Cut, cut. And then I'm going to need to rotate, what, twice? Yeah, twice. Cut, 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 cut. Cut, ooh, it's not good. Cut source. Cut it. Oh. Sorry. I'm holding up the production. So now from here, I can take these and we can do this. I'm showing you bad habits, YouTube. I apologize. I vehemently apologize. I really just want to kind of get this done right here. Don't hold it against me. I'm a good guy, I swear. All right, I'm going to leave my shame there, and I'm going to check on the other factories. Okay, so we're done with that shape. Let us cease our production of those here. Let's figure out how to make this next milestone. So we're going to delete all those. Actually, let's delete all of this and get rid of that. So we're going to need to make this shape, right? Let's figure out how to do that first. So we're definitely going to need to cut, right? That's going to give us a half. Then we're going to need to rotate and cut that half in half, which is going to give us a singular. Did I do it again? I did it again. I did it again, YouTube. I'm sorry. Okay, that's our singular section. Okay. We need another. So if we do it again, but we increase the rotations, right? So cut. Let's do a rotate, right? And then cut again. Will that give us... No, that gives us nothing. We need to rotate again. A triple rotate and then cut. Yep. So then we need to rotate again here. Yeah. All right. So now once we have this here, then we can make a stacker and bring this to the second level stack. And now we have the piece that we need. I may have been a bit inefficient in doing this, so let's do it again. Let's do this again. So now we have our piece cut. We need to cut it again. But then we need this piece to rotate so that we can have it on an angle. And that means we need a stacker here and have this piece moved there. Will that give us our piece? It will. Okay, so what does that mean? That means we need, for every one of these, we need 2 cutters. 2 cutters. 2 cutters. Let's just 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we need a rotator, so rotator. Then we need another cutter. Now here's where it gets funky, right? We need a rotator here, 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 here. Stacker there, 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 there. Then we need our conveyor belt to go up and over, and we son of a monkey's face. I did it again. I keep doing that in that direction, YouTube. Are you seeing that as I'm doing it, or are you noticing after I fuck it up? Cutter. That's the right amount. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Rotator in the right direction. A cutter. Ready cut Cuttenstein. Every other one. Every other one. Then a stacker. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Now we go upstairs. There's a much more efficient way of doing this, YouTube, but we'll get to that. I promise. Kind of looks like chicken scratch now, and spaghetti. It looks like spaghetti now, doesn't it? These are ready to go. These can be delivered. I'm going to take a while for everything to get loaded, so we'll just leave that as it is. Those are going to need 720. Ooh. Let's get our rewards here. So we unlock that. We unlock that. And we have 8 now. 8. 8 is good. Upgrades. Another level of speed belt. We can see how much of an increase is going to be here. The conveyor belt, it's at 60 per minute now, so now it's going to be increased to 90 per minute. So the same with the rotator. It's right now it's rotating at 30 per minute. Next it's going to be 45. We can see the upgrades on every one. So let's just get the upgrades. We're good. So buildings. This is something that is important to YouTube. This is going to help our efficiency, something awful. But these are quite expensive. Okay, the cheapest one is like 4, but they're all necessary in order to get the most out of this game. So we're just going to come back once we get trucking with this stuff. We need a singular double circle, a singular quad. When I say quad, I mean quadrant. Rotate. And cutsies. That needs 320, so we're going to leave that for a while and go fuck off over here. Oh, okay. This one we need to stack and stack. So, let's chill on the line really quickly. and take a look at how we can complete this. So we have our shape coming out of the stacker. We need to stack an additional half circle on top of that. So let's do that. Let's do that. Additional half circle, go. We can stack here. We need to give it space. So we can stack there. Did I fuck myself? Did I fuck myself? I think I might have. So let's not do this here. Let's do this here. Okay. I think I know what I'm going to do. So we're going to take this here and this here. We're going to take these and we're going to raise them. Because we stacking, baby. Take these on the first floor and move them this way. Put these on the second floor and make them stack. Then we can take our results and bring them there. Which will give us our ultimate shape that we want, which is cool. We can do that. We do this. We're going to not use that right now because it'll cause a conflict. So we'll just keep it greasy over here. We will do what we did here. Take them up a level. My hand placement was wrong. It was freaking me out. Oh, there's a nice little thing we can do here. So we're going to do that and place our stackers here. Do the same thing we did. Right? And we're going to take these, move them up a level, and do that. But then we need to deliver these here, so we'll just make them around and bam. Now we're going to press V so we can see our bottom level. And we are good. Now those are the wrong shape, those are the previous shapes, but in a second we're going to see our desired new shape. Not bad. Not bad at all. What can we work on now? I'm putting off the pyramid because that is pretty demanding. What's going on over here? Okay, what are you making? You are not making something that I need. So let's work on this shape here. So let's stop here. Let's stop that. So we need to have a half square. So let's cut. Right, there's our half square. But then we need a singular quadrant of the circle here. So we're going to have to do some nice cutting and whatnot here. So this is a cut, right? Then a spin, then a cut. Right? That's how that works, right? And then let's... How do we want to do this? What'll be easier? It'll be easier if we rotate again. Then we can go upstairs. And we're going to be gentlemen, so we can get rid of these. Put our stackers here. 3 stackers. Do our cutting here. Right. bring in, feed out, bring those there. Second floor, 1, 2, 3. And are these our shapes? Is that what we wanted? Oh, no, no. Remember what I said about orientation. Okay. So now let's look at this carefully. Okay. There's a missing piece at 1. There's our quarter circle at 2. Quarter square at 3. Quarter square at 4. If we turn it around, it really doesn't matter because that's the orientation that's desired. Here's the orientation that's being delivered. What do we notice that's different? Our quarter circle is at 1. Our 2 is empty. Our 3 is a quarter square, sorry. 4 is a quarter square. We need for this quarter circle to be at 2, not at 1. We screwed up. So, let's backtrack. Let's get rid of all this. Let's get rid of all this. All right. So we need for our circle, yeah, to be in the correct orientation. So if we rotate, we need to cut that, right? But then we need to rotate this. How many times? 1, 2, 3 times? If we cut our square, it's going to be there. So no, we need it there. We need it there. Okay, so let's copy that. We need a rotate, rotate, cut, cut, rotate, 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 rotate. Move up. There's a stacker. Connect it. Feed it out. Our square boys, we need a cut, cut, cut. Feed. A deliver. And there we go. Much better. Our delivery shape is going to be in the correct orientation. Take these and feed them. And we've done a good job. Awesome. We've completed our circles. Where are you? Here. Our quarter double circle. Unlock that. Now we have a very interesting shape here. It's basically our quarter circle at opposite ends of the 2 and 3. Let's knock this out real quick. We can see here. You can see here that we have our quarter circles, and we have 6 of them. So let's just divide them. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Raise to the next level. Back them up. Connect them. Deliver them. And you have it easy. Just deliver. So now we have our completed shape. Let's take a look at it. Good stuff. Our complex shape over here, or no, up here, is done. We get 6 points for that. Awesome. So before we get all happy face, we're going to destroy all of this because this is a huge amount of spaghetti. All that spaghetti. We're going to check our milestones. We're done with our milestones. That's very good. Very good.